What up, everyone? So, we are continuing with our foreign theme. We have another foreign box. We have Infinity Crate. Now, I've heard about this box many a time because back when I was dealing with shit with my geek box, someone suggested this one. Said you kind of put in all your own interests and they tailor a box to you. And I said, that sounds great. Sounds fantastic. Because keep in mind, this was way before custom fan box, and I'm not sure if a box lips was around. If they were, they might not have been doing that yet. So it was before anyone else, so it seemed like a good way to go, and it seemed like a good idea. And considering all the crap that my geek box put me through, everyone just kept telling me, like, just try a different UK one. Don't deal with their shit. And so I thought, okay, I'll do that. What's the worst that could happen? So, now we have story time. Story time. Gather around, children. Take a seat. It's story time. And a new segment that I like to call Tales from the UK. In this episode of Tales from the UK, we have Infinity Crate. So, for you people in the UK, and even people in America, how basic business works, people will give you money, and you will give them product or service, depending on what your business is. And that's how it works. That's how you keep money flowing. That's how you keep business going. That's pretty much it. So, I had my money ready in hand, and I just wanted to order this box. But not quite that easy. So, to give you a time frame of this idea here, of how long this is, I ordered this in January. Let me say that again. January. It is now May. Just on a side note. So, before I get too deep into the story, I just want to let everyone know, feel free to skip ahead. You don't have to listen to me ramble about this story. If you just want to see what's in the box, feel free to skip ahead. I won't be offended, I promise. But, if you're thinking of buying this box, especially if you're in the US, you might want to hear what you might have to go through to get one. The story begins January 1st, 2015, Carlsbad, California. So, I went on their site to, order a box. No big deal. First of all, their website is built like fucking Fort Knox and is impossible to get in there and break the code just to get into their website. So, you gotta go there and create a profile before you can do anything else. You can't go in there and look around or browse anything. You can't look at the orders or anything. You gotta have to make a profile. Which is that's weird, but fine. I did. Typed in my email, picked a password, and it said, great. Now can I get in? No. It says, we'll send you a confirmation email. Follow that link to enter their website. Said, okay. I waited a few minutes. No link. I waited a few more minutes. No link. Waited a long time. Half hour, hours pass, and no link. And it said, if your link doesn't show up after a certain amount of time, click here to send a message. This is the email. So I click that email, and it says it doesn't recognize it as an email. Doesn't recognize the page, doesn't recognize it as an email. It's fucking sweet, of course. Why not? So I can't get into my own account to make it. So now I have to track down this company. I don't know how to contact them because their contact information is on the website, and I can't get in the website. So I do some research and find someone else who had a similar problem and found, I think, contact information on Facebook or something like that. Finally got an email that I could reply to and send it out saying, hey, I'd like to buy your product, and I can't. I can't even get in your stupid website. I need you to activate my account so I can get in there. And, of course, no response. Why would they? Why would anyone respond to me? Days go by. I send out another one. I'm like, hey, Still just trying to order your box. What the fuck's up, man? They finally reply. And they're like, your account's now activated. You should be able to go in and order your box. Cool. Finally. Now we're getting this train moving. Good stuff. I get in the website. I go through. I put all my interests. Make it really snazzy. Put all kinds of cool shit in there. Make it easy for them by putting lots and lots and lots of different interests because I don't want it to be too difficult for this company. And click hit send. And then they ask me to put my address in, all that information, credit card. Boom. Account is created and everything's fine. But the charge shows up on my account as £17, which is what they advertise on the site. But I know for a fact they would probably charge more to send to America. So I thought that was weird. So I go back to the website and look at my address. Has my address, but instead of US, it says UK. I'm like, okay, that's weird. I don't know how it didn't recognize mine as a US address. I don't know how it didn't recognize that. But anyway, there seems to be some kind of glitch here. So I send them an email the next day saying like, hey, there's a problem with my account. I signed up and it's saying that it's UK when it's not. I'm in the US and I want to send it to the US. I just want to make sure that that's going to happen. And they reply back to me like, no, that's not going to happen. You need to sign up for the American thing. Like, they refunded my money without even doing anything. You need to sign up for the American one. And then that's all they said. They refunded my money. And then I responded to them like, well, why couldn't you just switch it over for me? Like, why couldn't you just charge me the difference instead of refunding money and making me start over? And they gave some bullshit answer about like, oh, it's a different process. You needed to do this. I'm like, alright, fine, fucking whatever. So I start the process over, and I get locked out of their site, and then I have to email them to get a activation code, and they take forever. So I get back in there, and then I try to sign up for it again. It won't let me. It won't let me switch my account. It won't let me do anything. So I tell them that it won't let me switch, and they're like, yeah, you're gonna have to create a new account to do this. Just start a whole new account. And I'm like, that's great. But it won't let me start a new account because I have this one. And it won't let me delete this one. So I need you to delete it. So can you do that? And then they didn't respond again. So I was like, okay. Like, I waited a couple days for them to respond. They still didn't. I hit them back. I'm like, hey, still trying to figure out this account thing. Can you help me out? Can you delete it? They're like, oh yeah, sorry, we didn't get your last email. Okay. So yeah, we'll delete your account. So I'm like, finally, gosh. So I wait a day, and then I wait another day. They're not doing it. A few days later, they finally delete the account. Why it took so long, I don't know. They deleted my account, and they said I have to sign up with a new username. Fine. So I go through the process again. I go back to the original email page, or the original home page, and it says create account. I do, and it's successful. And then it says, we'll email you an activation code. Well, lo and befucking-hold, it doesn't show up. What do you know? Same thing that happened the first 2 times. So I have to send out another email saying, hey, first of all, what the shit is wrong with your website? Why are you blocking people out so much? Why are you pushing away so much business away? And why has it never sent the activation code? So they had to activate my code after, again, doing a rally with some emails. They activated my code. Then I go back in, put in all my stuff, remember to follow their directions to the T, and I had to make it an American account, I had to click on the flag in the corner, this tiny little American flag in the corner that no one would have seen, but I had to click on that to make it American. Why that wasn't in the directions, I don't know. But I did that, I made it American, finally, it's on its way, and it's happening. Good God. That process of just emails back and forth took, I think, what was it, January? Yeah, it took 2 months. 2 months just to do that. So I finally got it. Then, a few days go by, and I notice a charge on my account for infinity crates. So I got charged twice. And I've realized what happened. I'm still getting charged for the other account that I created. I created that account originally from the UK address, and they're still charging me for that. They said they deleted that account. They never did. I'm still getting charged for that account. I'm getting charged twice. So I go to email them again. I keep responding to the same email, so they'll respond to me and say like, hey, like what the hell? You're charging me twice, and I tried to log into my account and wouldn't let me, and it said it would send me a new password and didn't. So I can't log into my account. I can't change my password. You're charging me for 2 different accounts, and I can't check my tracking information. Like, what is going on in this website, in this company, where you can't handle these basic things? You need to refund my money on this other charge. So they did, and I didn't hear back from them. There was no response, no apology or anything. I still can't log into my account. I still can't do anything about that. So I'm planning on canceling them, but I can't because I can't log into my account. I can't cancel them even if I wanted to. So that was like the end of March, and yeah, that's basically what I had to go through just to get one box, and it was a very expensive box. So that being said, that was the story. So let's actually get into the box now and talk about what's inside. Oi! Such a pain in the ass dealing with these companies. I don't know why it's so hard. It's real simple. Like, if you want customers to give you money, make it easy. Don't lock down your site so it's impossible for everyone. Make it easy. And they need more customer service there. They really do. My emails got responded to like 1 out of like 3 that I sent out. And it took them like 2 or 3 days to respond to it. So anyway, the box finally did show up at the very end of April, maybe the very beginning of May. So it finally got here. Beat to shit. Looks like it was thrown into like a panther den. Scratched up, torn, bent, bruised. The whole 9 yards. So yeah, I thought this better be worth it because I've heard good things about it and they do tailor towards me. So let's take a look. First off, we got a shirt. And this is the Avengers as Legos. Lego Avengers. It's got the forum over the Avengers logo. Now, this is the heavy cotton, so this is not fitted. This is not a fitted shirt, nor is it very soft. This is the rougher kind. It won't shrink or anything like that, but this is the rougher cotton, and it isn't fitted, doesn't fit well, so this is cheap. And also, the print on here, most people don't know when you see prints like this, which pretty much all of them are from Infinity Crate, that's about as cheap as you can go. There's not much line variation, the lines kind of blur together, and it's only one color. A lot of people don't know that t-shirt companies, when you're ordering from them, they usually charge by the color. So the more color and vibrance it has, the more expensive that t-shirt was. So stuff like this, where they were total base model, only put one color, that's about as cheap as you can go on a shirt, and they got the cheaper brand, and it was rough, and it's not, they didn't offer fitted. I know this fits for some people, but they didn't even offer the option of fitted, because this doesn't fit me. I know it fits some people, but not me. So I wish they would give that option like most companies do. So a little bummed about that. The design was okay, the picture was cool, but just bummed about the execution of it. But no surprise there, because that's just the story of their life about that. So next, Funko Pop Mystique. Not much to say there. About as generic as you can get. It was from the X-Men. Everyone got a different one from the X-Men, so I got Mystique. Mystique's okay. I think I put X-Men on there. Things I liked. So, there you go. Next we got a very old Doctor Who book. These have been showing up more and more lately. I'm not sure why, because they're very old. I don't know if someone found a huge stash of them somewhere. I have no idea, but these have been showing up all over. Everyone got a different one in their box, and this has shown up in my geek box. I don't know if people really like reading these or what. I just feel like if it was a really popular book, it would have been reprinted or redone at some time. So I'm not a fan of that. And I don't know Doctor Who at all. They said they were tailoring this box towards me. I didn't mention Doctor Who anywhere. I've never watched it. Why would I? So there's that. Then we got a very beat up poster. This one was beat to hell. The picture on it's pretty cool. Superhuman abilities for dummies. And then it shows like a spider. It says get bitten by a spider. So it basically names off how people get their powers. The execution on this wasn't very well done because I can tell they did it themselves because they're kind of did it in a weird way. They named specific heroes and teams and stuff like that. I've seen things like this that were really cool, and this kind of seems like a knockoff of that. And it was printed on really cheap paper, and they treated it like crap. And this kind of seems how like the early American boxes were. Like when all these boxes started, when I was doing them in December, most of them sucked, and most of them were like this. They gave very generic stuff, they beat up their products, and it was all super cheaply made shirts and posters. And that's kind of what I'm seeing here. And I just think these companies just aren't developed enough to really put out a fine product yet. So that's kind of what I'm seeing. Next, we got a Spider-Man magnet and a very cheap laser pointer. So yeah, let's get into some value of this box. The shirt. I would give this 12 to 15, but honestly, I'm going to give it the lower. Like, I would put this more towards 12. I might even go like 10 to 12 on this one because it was very, very basic. It wasn't fitted. It's not soft. It's not high quality stitch or anything like that. So and it's Gildan, which is the cheaper brand, and they saved money by only printing one color. Like, honestly, you can get things very similar to this at Target for $10 and at Walmart for $7.50. Like, just as good quality, if not better, at Walmart for $7.50. So I don't think this one was very high quality, and this one wasn't a very good choice. The logo on it was fine, even though it's one color. It's still cool, you know. I didn't really mind that. So that wasn't a problem. It had nothing to do with that. It was just the general choices of like kind of cheaping out a little bit. So 10 to 12 on that one. Then the pop figure. $10. No arguments there. 10. Then the book. This is going to go about 5 to 8. Books have such a high resale value. I think the original price on this was like $8 if it didn't say it on here. No. Oh, let's see. No. Sorry, $3. In the USA, original price on this was $3. I was off on that. It says on the back. And I don't think this has any high resale value. I don't think people are really collecting these per se. So I doubt it's gone up in value at all. And honestly, I think it's outdated. I'm sure they have modern Doctor Who books, but that's just me. I don't know anything about Doctor Who, so I can't really say about that. So $3 on that. Then the poster. This only gets $1. This was printed on cheap paper, and it's beat to hell. It was just cheap printer paper, so $1 is more than enough on that. The laser pointer. Again, this is very cheap. It's very cheap plastic. It's a low power laser pointer. I would go 3 to 5 on this. I get laser pointers at Target all the time because my dog likes them, and they're $3. Yeah, that's how much they are. Like sometimes $2 there. They're not expensive at all. And this is even cheaper than that, so 3 to 5 is being more than generous. And then the magnet, that's cool. It's just a generic Spider-Man magnet, but that's still cool. I'll use it. $2 to $3 on that. And is that everything? Yeah. So that's everything in the box. So, with those numbers, the value on the box on the low end is $33. On the high end is $42. Now I paid $41 on this box. Now the rating I'm going to have to give is going to have to be strictly for Americans because since the people in the UK have to pay so much less on shipping, it's a different rating. But for paying $41, like even on the high end, I barely got what I paid for, and I don't think a lot of these are on the high end. And now that I just realized that the book was actually $3, like that brings it back down into the 30s, down to the low end. And the low end, I lost money. I lost $10 on it. Like I could have not bought this box, saved that money and bought more stuff, better stuff that I liked. But I lost money. I gave them $40 and they gave me back $30. Like, that's bad. That's not okay at all. And it seems like this box company just kind of doesn't know what they're doing, doesn't have their company well established enough. They say they're going to tailor a box towards me, and they really didn't. I don't think I even mentioned Avengers. I definitely didn't mention Doctor Who. I don't think I mentioned laser pointers either. So there's a lot I didn't mention on there that I got anyway. So I think they kind of tailor it to you if they can, but if not, they're just going to give you the same shit anyway. And I don't like that. They're just not putting a lot of effort into it. So this box, I'm only going to give it like a 3 out of 10. Everything in the box was very generic. There was nothing in here I couldn't find on my own. The quality of anything wasn't very nice. The value wasn't very high at all. I ended up losing money on the box because it just wasn't worth enough. I spent more than I got back, which isn't good at all. And on top of that, I didn't like the choices. And their customer service was shit. So it took me from January up until May to get a box. Like, constantly trying to pester these people. And I get nothing in return. I don't get anything compensated for that. Like, they didn't give me anything free. I didn't even get an apology from them. Like, I got nothing good from them. So I think a 3 out of 10 is deserved for their overall customer service, the 3 months of hassle I had to go through, and their low value. So, again, this is just from an American perspective. If you're in the UK, it's different. I would rate it from the UK perspective, but I don't know. I don't know what's available there. I don't know how easy it is to get some of these products. Like, honestly, like, an X-Men pop figure I'm sure wouldn't be too hard to order online. There's so many places on eBay that offer free shipping. I'm sure it'd be easy to find. And a generic shirt, I'm sure it'd be easy to find. Same with, like, a magnet and a laser pointer. Like, I don't think it'd even be hard there. But if you were in the UK, at least this box was a little bit worth it because you paid so much less. I think the people in the UK only paid about $30. So you got a little bit more than you paid for, and stuff that's not easily attainable. So if you're in the UK, this still might be worth it. I think you might like it. But there's still better ones out there in the UK. But for any US buyers, I'd say I'd have to pass on this. Like, it was a real pain in the ass to get this box, and it was very inconvenient. So, after I got this box, I got the last month of the box, I got a knock on the door, and something else showed up there, and I didn't know what it was. And look what it was. Another Infinity Crate. So, apparently, that extra subscription, that first one I did, the UK one that wasn't going to get sent here because I didn't have a US address, actually did get sent here. The thing was canceled, but it still got sent. And I was going to contact them and tell them, like, you know, you sent me an extra box on accident, like, let's figure this out because I don't want to keep it if I don't deserve it. But then I thought about it, like, there's only 2 scenarios of what's going to happen. Like, either they're going to ask me to return it, which I can't afford to send this thing, or they're going to bill me for it or something like that. So, and I'm not doing that either. Like, and I thought about it, and like, honestly, like, if this company can't keep track of anything like this, they can't keep track of their own boxes and their own orders and what they cancel, then you know what? They deserve to lose this box. I'm sorry, but they do. If they can't handle their own company, then they deserve to lose a box, and this deserves to go to someone better, someone who does deserve it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give this away. It's the same box as before, except it came with a Magneto Funko Pop and a different book. Check. And the shirt size is large. So I'm going to give this away to someone who does care.
Sorry about that.
To one of my fans.
Shut off.
Because I care about my customers,
sure where I left
a.k.a.
off.
my subscribers. I care about every one of you guys. I comment and reply to every one of your comments.
Just talking about the
if
rating.
not, I at the very least like
this one
it.
got a 3 out of 10.
I appreciate you all and what you do for me.
And the reason
so
this one
I
got
think this
such a
should go
low
to one of
rating
you,
is
and not this
everything in the
filthy
box
company.
was very generic.
It was their mistake
There's
that they
nothing in
sent
here I
it,
couldn't
and they should
find
have done
on
it
my
own.
I'm not going to
quality
sit
of
through
everything
like
wasn't
another
very
week of
nice.
emails
The
trying to
value
hassle
wasn't very
them
high
to
at all.
take their box
I
back.
ended up
Like,
losing
they've
money
already
on the
sent me
box
enough
because it
trouble,
just
and I
wasn't
just
worth
don't
enough. I
wanna deal with
spent
it
more than I got
I'm definitely
back,
canceling the subscription,
which isn't good at
because
all. And on top of that, I didn't like the
$41 was
choices,
just way too much
and
to
their
pay,
customer
and this
service
box
was shit.
generally just sucked.
So it took me
I've
from
already paid a month in
January
advance because they
up
make you
until
because that's the
May
kind of
to
company
get a
they are.
box. Like, constantly
So I
trying
have
to
to get
pester
next
these
month's
people.
box, but
and I get nothing in return.
So yeah,
I don't
so if
get
you want to
anything
win this
compensated
box,
for
what
that.
you
Like,
need to
they didn't
do
give me
is
anything
post
free. I
post
didn't
about
even
the
get an
channel,
apology from them.
Facebook,
Like, I got
Instagram,
nothing good
social
from them.
media,
So-
Twitter,
so,
anything.
I think a
Talk
3
about
out
my
of 10
page,
deserve for
post
their
a
overall
video,
customer service.
mention
the
me, hashtag
3
me,
months of
something like
hassle
that.
I had to go
Anything you
through.
want to do
And
that's
they're low
convenient for
value.
you, do that,
So,
and then let me know.
again,
that, so
this
I know
is
you're
just
doing
from
it.
an
I can
American
keep
tally.
perspective.
And whoever
If
does
you're
it the
in the
most or does
UK,
the best,
it's different.
gets a free box.
I would
this
rate
box
it
right here
from
so
the
if
UK
you want
perspective,
it,
but I don't know.
shirt
I don't
size
know,
large.
If
you
what's
want it,
available
feel
there.
free
I
to
don't know
check,
how
or
easy
just
it is
shout
to get
out
some
and
of
tell
these
me you want it.
products.
We
Like,
can
honestly,
figure
like,
something out.
an X-Men pop
Something like
figure,
that.
I'm sure wouldn't be too hard
but
to order online.
again, this is
There's so many
hopefully
places
for
on
mostly
eBay that offer
US
free shipping. I'm sure it'd be
people
easy to
doing
find.
this. I would love to
And a
ship it
generic
across the seas,
shirt,
but
I'm
it's
sure it'd
just
be easy to
crazy
find. Same with like a
expensive, so
magnet.
let's keep it in the
and a
US.
laser
Sorry,
pointer.
everyone
Like,
else. It's just
I don't think it'd even
cost
be
me
hard
like
there. But
50
if you were in
bucks
the
to
UK,
send
at
to
least
you guys.
this
Poor
box was
from
a
all
little
these
bit worth it
boxes.
because you
I'm
paid so
rambling
much
so
less.
much, but
I think the
But yeah,
people in the UK
this
only paid
company
about
has
30
been
more
so you got a
than
little bit
terrible
more
for
than you
me,
paid for,
and stuff that's
they
not
deserve
deserve
to
attainable.
lose
So
money
if
on
you're
this
in the
box.
UK,
It's
this
been
still might be
awful,
worth it. I
and
think you might like
I don't
it.
know what else to say
But
about
there's
it.
still
I've
better
lost
ones
track
out
in
there
all
in
my
the UK.
rambles.
But for any
of
US
where I was
buyers,
even going with this,
I'd say
ramble,
pass
ramble,
on this.
ramble.
Like, it was
But
a
yeah.
real
So
pain in the ass to
I
get
hope,
this box.
luckily you got
and
to
it
see what was in the
very
box.
inconvenient.
Let me know what you guys think
So,
about my
story, if it made any
after
sense.
I got this box, I got
what
the
they had to
last
put me
month of the
through,
box.
if I should even
I got
waste
a knock
my
on the
time
door
with
and
this
something
company
else
anymore.
showed up there.
Or maybe
I
if you just
didn't
want
know
the
what it
box,
was.
let me know in the comments. So,
Look what it
thank
was.
you for listening to me ramble through all this. I know
Another
this is going to be a
infinity
long
crate.
video of me talking
So,
about it, but
apparently,
people need to know
that
about these
extra
these
subscription,
companies,
that customer
that
service,
first one
that
I
stuff
did,
that
the
you need to
UK
know, 'cause if
one
someone
that
warned
wasn't
me
going to get sent here
about
'cause
it
they didn't have a
before
US
going to
address.
this UK companies,
Actually did get sent
probably
here.
never would have
They
done it.
couldn't.
The thing was
So,
canceled.
I'm trying to
but
do
it
a
still
service
got sent.
and get the
And I
word
was gonna
out there to
contact
these
them
other
and tell
people
them,
so
like,
they
you
don't
know,
have to
go
send me
through
an
the
extra
same
box on
things that I
accident.
did.
Like,
So again, I'm
what's
just
figuring
trying
this
to
out
help
because
you
I don't
guys,
want
so
to
I
have to.
hope
I
it's
don't want to
seen
keep
that
it if
way.
I don't deserve
So
it.
thank you all
Then
for
I thought
watching
about
and
it, like,
subscribing. Love
there's
you
only
all.
2 scenarios of what's going to happen. Like, either they're going to ask me to return it, which I can't afford to send this thing, or they're going to bill me for it or something like that. So, and I'm not